We're revisiting the publishing industry here on Wall Street Confidential, leading the story McClatchy, as we know, a shocking 10% decline in their workforce. Jim, and this McClatchy, arguably one of the leaders in the industry.
It was the best for a long time. They were always the most conservative. And then they got this guy, Gary Pruitt, who's on my wall of shame. He's a CEO who really has no business being a CEO. And just at a time when all the cash flows were declining, he's been buying. There's a great misunderstanding by private equity people and by banks. They don't understand cyclical versus secular. The publishing and the news industry is in secular decline. It has to do with the fact that these people either don't have kids or they don't respect what kids do, which is read a headline, and they don't really care about anything in depth. The Associated Press was made for this generation. So you really, you could argue that there is no paper. All there is Google. There's Google News. I find that Google News is far more effective. Now, because I am a news junkie, I am really just a throwback to the old days, and so therefore valueless in this issue. What matters is, as my kids, and my kids haven't read a newspaper ever, and yet they're still very informed because they're on the web. But they're very informed in a very headline fashion, and that's all you need. These papers are presuming that when things get better in the economy, the readers will come back, or they just think that that the decline is slow enough that they can milk them for cash. You can't have double-digit declines in readership and expect that you'll have anything money. The arrogance that the private equity people are showing both in radio and newspapers is shocking to me, and frankly, I don't understand how anyone thinks these deals should have been done, but there's big egos involved with newspapers. There always have been. It's like ever since Citizen Kane. This is like a Citizen Kane market. And I don't think, I'm very proud that I got 2 Tribune people to quit and get their money out before it happened. That was all I was able to get, but I did what I could. And I feel like that every newspaper is threatened and every radio station is threatened.
Well, what do you think about this, Jim? The fact that so many other mediums like television, like the internet, like even radio, depend on newspapers for content. We go off of the paper.
Content is a very overestimated value in a world where it can't be proprietary. As long as Google can poach your content, then it doesn't matter because you can't get your money back. It's kind of like what happened to music. Digitalization has destroyed music, will destroy newspapers, and will destroy. It took a long time. I thought it was going to destroy it like 6 years ago or 8 years ago, and I was wrong. But you know why it took a long time was because it's generational. See, you needed to have the 16-year-olds be 23 to realize that the market's just gone.
All right. Well, this is Wall Street Confidential. Thanks so much, Jim Cramer. I'm Farnoosh Torabi. Stay tuned.